Hello everyone. Um, I know it's been a while since a League video went up. Actually, wait, I did the CPL when I got back. Never mind. I thought that was a different video. Um, Either way, so since the CPL is now over and we're not starting again until August, I've sort of been working on. Well, not really. I haven't really been working on it, but like, because I wasn't very active in setting it up. But I was there for the creation of it. I don't know. But there's a couple of guys from this one league. Okay. So this is the story. All right. This one guy comes to me and says that he wants me to replace him in this one league. Because he knows that when it comes to Discord, I'm very active. So I'm like, yeah, totally, I can do that, as long as it doesn't intersect with CPL and WCBL. So he's like, cool. Oh, by the way, they have the reason I agreed to this is because they have a break. They have a break in between seasons, and they sort of have like a miniature season, but it's not taken very seriously. The league is called PICHU, Pokemon International Championships Association or something like that. And then so like they have a regular like hyper competitive PICHU season, and then in the off season they have like a not serious league they call Inter PICHU. So, the PICHU season just ended, and so this guy wanted me to replace him. So I'm like, okay, I can do that as long as I'm not running more than 2 leagues at the same time. I can do that. So then the option is, do I play in this? Because it's optional if I play in this inner PICHU thing, and you know CPL's over until August, so I thought I might as well. But when it came time to decide the format, and the format that was selected, I didn't necessarily agree with, partially because I'd never played it before. Granted, okay, so like it ended up being low tiers, which I know from playing Smogon Laddering, I hate low tiers. Like, I hate playing anything that's not OU or Ubers, because that's what I find fun is finding ways to check the broken stuff and the stuff that can just set up and sweep in your face. Finding unique ways to check that I think is great, and like if you do low tiers, like stuff like Slurpuff and Haxorus and Metagross can get pretty good. Like if I just scroll down here, like stuff like, let's get past Ubers, stuff like Darmanitan, because you no longer have stuff like Keldeo and Heatran and what else can check it? Lando T, Megalodios. You don't have that stuff to check Darmanitan anymore. So Darmanitan gets stupidly, like there's some mons that get like stupidly overpowered in low tiers. Haxorus, I said, was one of them. Just because like you don't have like Tapu Koko, you don't have Megalodies, you don't have anything like that to really check this thing. And yeah, I guess it's kind of fun to make lower mons shine, but I think without some of the better stuff to check them, I think they can kind of just run rampant. So I was talking to the guy who's running Inner PICHU, and I'm like, dude, I'd love to play, like I have the option to play, but I really don't like low tiers. So he's like, Well, the second highest option was Ubers. Would you be interested in kickstarting Ubers? I'm like, yeah, I'd do it. I'd do it if that were an option. I'd do Ubers. So he's like, yeah, let's do Ubers. So they're doing low tiers right now, but like we created a separate thing. He went and found because he didn't want to do it himself because he was doing low tiers. So he found 11 other people that would agree to do an Ubers thing with me. So the league is called PICHU, PICHU, which is like Pika something 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 Ubers. They worked really hard to get that to get PICHU to work as the acronym. And then the symbol's a little PICHU in like a outfit or like a superhero outfit or something like that. But yeah, I've never played Ubers outside of Smogon tiering. Like I've never played League Ubers, so I'm super excited to try it. And if you can't tell by the title of the video, this is the draft analysis. So it's taken a bit to get into this draft analysis, but I kind of had to like explain what was going on prior to this. Okay, so when it came time to draft, I had a mon set in mind that I wanted. I've already used Deoxys, my favorite Pokemon in League format, so why not use my second favorite Pokemon? Second favorite Legendary rather, because I can get it in Ubers, and I know I'm not going to be able to get it if I play normal League, and that's Dialga. So I really wanted to use Dialga going into this because Steel Dragon is an amazing typing. You get your Steel type in your Dragon type, and then as much as I hate, if you have the same core, Fairy, Dragon, Steel, and then Fire, Water, Grass, as much as I hate within those cores types overlapping on the same mon, as much as I hate that, Dialga like works because it eliminates a lot of its weaknesses, and then I can easily pick up like either another Steel or another Dragon, and then I run Dialga in that role. Like I could pick up another Dragon and run Dialga mainly as a Steel type and use the Dragon typing like to make fire neutral and stuff like that. Because Steel resists Dragon. I think Steel also resists Ice. Don't quote me on that. But so yeah, so it eliminates and Steel resists Fairy. So like it pretty much eliminates all of Dragon's weaknesses. So using Dragon type to like resist fire typing and stuff like that, like Dialga, like I really like the idea of it, and it's not a terrible speed mod. A lot of Ubers are base 90. I believe it is base 90. Yeah, it's base 90. So a lot of Ubers are base 90. However, when the draft like the order came out, I realized I was gonna be 9 out of 12, which is like. I've drafted in the top 3/4 of a draft 1 time out of 6. I have no idea how I've gotten so unlucky, but like I really wanted something broken, especially in Ubers, like Eviltal or even like Ho-Oh or something like that. Maybe even like something else to pair along with Dialga. Like I really didn't think Dialga would go that early because Dialga, it's a points draft. Dialga had relatively low points. However, it comes around to pick number 7, 2 picks before me, and boom, Dialga's gone. So I'm kind of, I had a backup plan like kind of in place, but like I wanted to talk it over with somebody. So I go to my friend Spectrum and I talk to him, and he says like, dude, be lucky you didn't get Dialga, get this instead, and he gave me like 2 or 3 mons, and he's like, dude, these things check each other so well. It's like, okay, like I was kind of running out of options because I was 2 picks away from picking, so I really kind of needed to just throw something on the board, and I still wanted to have some type of game plan to it because my entire Dialga team that I had picked out like is just gone because there's no Dialga. So the first mon that I ended up picking that was part of this core that my friend came up with was Arceus Dark. Arceus Dark. What's fantastic about this is like there's not a lot of stuff like to check it. Like bug is not very prevalent. Like especially in Ubers, bug is less prevalent unless it's Pheromosa. And Pheromosa was Pheromosa banned? I don't know. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I remember now. But I don't know if anybody drafted it. I don't think it's on a team or something like that. Maybe it is. I don't know. But like fighting and fairy, is just two things that I have to watch out for. But otherwise, I get that I'm forced to run Dreadplate or a Z move. But you'll see why I can't run a Z move later. And the thing is like, Arceus like has a fantastic moveset. Like it gets recovery, it gets literally anything you want it to do besides entry hazards. And I believe it also gets stealth. It does get stealth rock. It does have entry hazard options, but I'm probably not gonna run it in that way unless I have to. And then 120s across the board is fantastic. And what this actually does in an Uber's format is that I can use this to defensively check a lot of stuff. Like, because I have base 120 HP, base 120 special defense. I can easily check stuff like Eviltall, Giratina. There's a lot of psychics in Ubers. Stuff like Mega Metagross. If I run Max Fizz Death, I can check. And then what other psychics are there? Like any Deoxys form, I can check fairly well. Except for maybe attack form based on its coverage, but yeah, like I'm excited to use Arceus Dark. I think it's gonna go really well, and it's great. So the next pick, I actually thought that this mon would not fall to me, but it did. And that's why I picked it up here. This is again a mon that my friend came up with. This is the second of the 3 mons that he came up with. And I have no idea how this mon fell to me, like especially in Ubers. Like this mon isn't normally in Ubers. It's an OU, but you can actually see it on your screen now. But it's still prevalent in Ubers. Like it can still do a lot of stuff. So next mon I have is Celesteela. What Celesteela does is it's a steel type. I mean that's given. It has Beast Boost, which is one of the best abilities in the game. I mean pretty much any item you can make this work, and not only is it an Ultra Beast, it's the best Ultra Beast. Like Kartana, Nihilego, Pheromosa, like nothing stacks up to Celesteela. Even though Pheromosa's in Ubers, Celesteela like beats that. And plus, look at like outside of speed, when it comes to Celesteela boosting due to Beast Boost, like it can literally boost any stat because all your stats are so close together outside of speed. You can literally boost whatever stat you want. Stuff like Kartana, unless you run Timid, you're pretty much forced into boosting your attack. Pheromosa, you're pretty much forced into boosting your speed. Nihilego, you're pretty much forced into either special or speed. Forget what the other Ultra Beasts are. Guzzlord, which is pretty worthless, especially in Ubers. Yeah, and so like Celesteela is just extremely versatile, a lot like Arceus. Like I can run it defensively, offensively, and Celesteela, like it has a fantastic typing. Like there's a reason like Celesteela and Skarmory are so hard to kill, is because of their typing. Like you're only weak to fire and electric, so that's fantastic. Like I love Celesteela in this draft. And so the final mon that my friend came up with, part of the whole core, is I spelled that wrong. Lunala, forgot the L. Now I mentioned this earlier. The reason I can't run Z-move or Arceus, however you say it, is because we were given Z points, and the Z, like, based on the Mon's points in the draft, the Z points had to add up to, I think, 30, and Lunala was 21, Arceus was 24, and the thing is like, I was given 30 points on my team. We're allowed to go to Z users, so if I made Arceus Z-move user, I only had 6 points left, and based on my plan that I was sort of coming up with when I was drafting these 3, I didn't have a mon that was worth any less than 6 points on my draft. The lowest mon I had was 7 points. So Arceus would be my only Z-move user. However, Lunala was only 21, and that gives me 9 points, and I did have a mon on my draft plan that was 9 points. So so if you can't catch it already, Lunala is my Z user, and mainly just because of Lunalium Z. Like, this thing is, makes Moongeist beam, where is it? Makes this thing a Z move. Like, this is the reason I made this a Z user, because this thing is just a nuke. I mean, like, Ghost Spam is already good enough. Like, there aren't enough Ghost resistances. Like I believe it's just Dark, because Steel no longer resists Ghost, so I believe it's just Dark. And then obviously not being able to hit normal. So Ghost Spam, like, is extremely good, and Lunala gets a lot of coverage too. It gets Psychic coverage, it gets Fairy coverage. I don't believe it gets Dark coverage. It doesn't. It gets Flying. It doesn't get Defog. And also gets Shadow Shield, which is basically multi-scale, which isn't bad either. Like, the multi-scale makes up for, like, its low speed. And yeah. So overall, like, these are the 3 mons that were suggested to me. And then after this, basically, like, when I was picking these 3, somebody else, like another player in the league I was talking to, and we basically helped each other play in the rest of our drafts. I want to make sure I say his name right. Zaki, or however you say it. We basically sat and, like, I helped him plan out the rest of his draft. He helped me plan out the rest of my draft. And so the next mon I picked up is a mon that I've always wanted to use for a really long time, but I've never been able to get it in like, normal draft league. Wait, I put that in wrong. It is a Tapu. It's Tapu Fini. Tapu Koko was not on the board. Tapu Koko, I believe, went in round 1. And then Lele. Did Lele go? Yeah, Lele went. Lele went, like, round 1. Tapu Fini. The Misty Surge really helps because I already have Celesteela, which is immune to Toxic. Now, Arceus, which is grounded, and Lunala, which is grounded, are both no longer get status, like, from Toxic. Which is fantastic. And then I wanted to get a Fairy type to go along with Celesteela and start forming that core. And then also I wanted a Water type to start forming my Fire, Water, Grass. Because right now I have Dark and Psychic, so I need a Fighting type to finish that core. And I still have Steel as a Steel type. So I need to start forming my better cores. So Tapu Fini fits both. Tapu Fini is very, very defensive. I mean, it does exactly what I need it to do. It's good at being a Water type because it's a bulky Water type. It's good at being a Fairy type because it gets Moonblast, which is a really good Fairy move. It gets Nature's Madness, which is basically Super Fang. And I guess some pretty neat stuff as well. So I'm excited to have Tapu Fini on the team. And Tapu Fini, like, I think Tapu Fini, like, in tandem with Celesteela, like, works very, very well. Being able to check each other. So the next mon I ended up picking up was Garchomp. Pretty much most of the Ubers that like I wanted were gone already. I actually only have 2 Ubers. All the rest of my mons are like OU and stuff. Most people ended up getting 3. Some people got 4 Ubers. I only got 2 because I wanted, because like regular OU mons were like in the teens, like 17 points, 18 points, 19 points, and I still wanted to have a lot of points around in order to pick up some mons like to fit around, because I don't want to get like 4 Ubers and then have a bunch of low tiers. Like that's not why I'm playing Ubers. I'm playing Ubers to use Ubers in tandem with a bunch of regular like OU mons. So yeah, so I picked up Garchomp. Fits the drag. Like I said, I wanted to finish the core, so I have my Steel, I have my Fairy, I have my Dragon, and I also get a Ground type. Ground type is very good typing offensively. Checks stuff like Electric and Fire and Steel. And then outside of like Tapu Fini, I didn't really have an answer for like big Fire types. So that's what Garchomp's kind of for. Sadly, I don't think I can run Sand Veil. But Rough Skin is still a nice ability. Like I can switch, like I could run like some physical defense, and then I can bring this because it's not 95. That's not bad. And then I bring this in on like a physical attacker, and boom, you're taking damage every turn. And then I still have an item to work with. And then we get coverage and stuff like fire and water, even though you're not a special attacker. Yeah, it just here's water. Yeah, Garchomp just kind of works. Plus, I need the speed tier too, because Lunala was 97, and then I had 60, and then I had 85. So I wanted something in like the lower 100s to start bridging the gap to Arceus. So that's why I picked up Garchomp. Like the speed tier is super nice. The next mon I ended up picking up. Like I said, talking about speed tiers, I wanted to bridge the gap between Garchomp at 102 and Arceus at 120. The next mon I picked up fills that. I ended up picking Superior. Superior is really nice just with the snowball effect. The fact that you can click Leaf Storm and get contrary boosts. Where are you? There you go. The fact that you can do this, I mean, is very powerful. And right now, like looking at my team, I struggled with bulky water types. Being able to check those outside of Finny's Nature's Madness. So I ended up picking Superior. Superior isn't too terribly like offensive, but like Contrary Leaf Storm like just makes up for that. And like 75, 95, 95 bulk, that's not too bad. Like that's not bad at all. And then I could run like Specs or something and make this thing like super strong. Like if I can snowball and get myself up to +6 with Leaf Storm, and I have Specs, that's essentially +7. So I don't wait. Does it stack? If I'm at +6, does Specs like still work, or is +6 like the maximum I can do? I don't know. But yeah. Superior also gets good moves like Coil in the event that I want to do that. Run a physical with that nice physical attack right there. Pursuit, I have no idea when I would ever use that, but maybe I'll have to. Taunt, because it's super fast. Stuff like that. Yeah. Superior's a really nice mod to fit in this slot right here. So the next mod I picked up was okay. So like I said earlier that I don't like mons from cores having the same typing. Cause then like you have to bring one and it has to play 2 different roles. So like right now Tapu Fini is playing the bulky water and it's playing the fairy. I wanted Fini to just play the bulky water. So I'm probably gonna end up picking like a low point fairy type. And so I didn't want to get Hawlucha, cause I had another fighting type in mind. and I wanted it to work in tandem with the Misty Surge. So one mon that I did end up picking up was Slurpuff. Slurpuff is still viable in Ubers because you get this whole Misty Seed thing going, and then you click on this little unburden thing, and then you click this move, and it does stuff. So that's really cool. Also, I can run it support, like, if I need to. It gets Heal Bell, and it gets Wish, so I can, like, use this thing to heal up the rest of my team if I want to. And then, yeah, it gets Sticky Webs, which is really nice. I can set up Sticky Webs. It also gets some nice coverage, too, like, in the event that I want to run it special. Like, it gets Dazzling Gleam, gets that good old CM, Flamethrower, Surf T-Bolt, it gets Toxic in the event that I wanted to run this thing, like, defensive. Aromatherapy, that's basically the same thing as Heal Bell. But yeah, it has pretty much, like, nicely rounded stats. Unburden is a fantastic ability to double your speed, so you basically outspeed everything. And yeah, Slurpuff's really cool. It can, like, with Dazzling Gleam and Play Rough, like, I can use this as a fairy hitter from the physical side or the special side, which is really nice. And now, like, Finny isn't forced into that fairy role where I have to use Finny to check, you know, fire types and dragon types. No, I just use it to check, like, I use it to check the stuff that Bulky Waters is supposed to check, and then I use Slurpuff to check that other stuff. So, next mon I picked up, like I said, I had another fighting type in mind, and if you look at my team, outside of Superior, Finny, and Lunala, and Arceus, that's actually a lot more than I thought, I don't have many, like, I wanted a constant defogger, but, like, I had 4 defoggers already, plus, like I said, Garchomp gets Stealth Rocks, Slurpuff gets Sticky Webs. You know, I wanted a way of getting rid of hazards without getting rid of my own. And like I said, I didn't get Hawlucha because I had another fighting type in mind, Hitmontop. The reason I picked up Hitmontop is because I do watch a little bit of VGC, and Hitmontop is very good in VGC. With the Intimidate ability, Technician if you want, like, better mock punches, Steadfast if somebody's going to be running, like, Fake Out, like, say somebody picks up Megalopony. I don't think anybody did, but in the event that somebody does, there's that. Item, like lefties or something, and then, like, 95, 110, and, like, I get, like, 50, but, like, if you put max HP, like, it goes a long way. And not only is this a fighting type to finish the core with Lunala and Arceus, but, it also gets Rapid Spin, which is really, really nice. And it gets Pursuit, which, again, is really nice, and it gets, stuff like Bullet Punch, and where's my punch? There's my punch. So it gets dual priority, both Steel and Fighting, which is really nice. And yeah, like, if it's viable in VGC, like, it's gotta be viable here, right? Right? So, next mon I've got is, okay. So the last 2 things that I needed were probably another Rock Setter, a Fire type to finish my Fire, Water, Grass core, and then an Electric type to make sure that Superior wasn't my only one check-in Bulky Waters. So, when I ended up picking up Electric type next, that's, can we hit the R key, please? There we go, Raikou. And what's cool about Raikou is that it has a really nice speed tier in 115. Again, it helps bridge Superior with Arceus. And then we can run a lot of stuff like, what else? It gets Aura Sphere, which is really nice. It gets Extra Sensory. It gets some coverage. It gets Iron Head for some reason. Shadow Ball, Signal Beam to hit the Psychic types. Volt Switch, Sub, yeah, stuff like that. detect. Yeah, that's cool. It gets a lot of neat stuff. So so now like I need my fire type, right? I need my fire type. I need another rock setter, and then going back to what I said way at the beginning of kind of like Tapu Fini. I drafted another fairy type, so like Tapu Fini wasn't forced into the role of checking dragons, because there's a lot of dragons in Ubers. I didn't want Finny into that role where it had to check all the dragons, so I got Slurpuff instead, so both of them could do that. So I ended up picking something else, so that, I'm just gonna go out and put it up here. I picked up Heatran. Basically, I picked up Heatran to fulfill this fire type role. It has the steel typing to help with, like, key, resistances and stuff like that. Heatran is very easily to run like AV or leftovers, but I'm probably not going to be running AV a lot because I mainly picked this up as another rocker. Because I didn't want Garchomp being my only rocker. And really, like, I don't have a lot of hazard options. I have a lot of hazard removal, but I don't have a lot of hazard options, really. So for my next pick, I have 2 picks left. One thing that didn't occur to me until late in the draft is that I still needed a Mega. So I ended up picking my Mega last. So what I ended up picking up is next is just another hazard option, another really nice hazard option. I ended up picking Nihilego after Heatran. Getting Nihilego in the 11th round is amazing because like with Beast Boost, if I get a kill, I can pretty much boost this stat, or this stat, which is really nice. I can run this thing Scarfed, I can run this thing Specs, and it gets great, like, it gets great coverage too, but mainly, like, rocks and T-Spikes. So now I have every hazard on my team except for normal spikes, I think. Yeah, and then I get Acid Spray too, which is a fantastic move. Being able to cut my opponent's Spadef, like if I know something's gonna switch in that at -2 I can KO, but is normally a defensive check, I can run Acid Spray on the switch, and then go for like Power Gem or Sludge Bomb or something like that. It also gets T-Wave too, which I didn't know that it got, which is actually pretty cool. I guess like Toxic. So yeah, that's Nihilego. It also has 2 types that I probably wouldn't normally get. In the last mon, I needed a Mega, and I had 9 points left, and there's only 1 Mega that fits into the Mega slot. And the typing is kind of redundant, but like I'm not like, yeah, Slurpuff can be a Wish Passer, but I didn't want it forced into that role if I needed a Wish Passer. So I ended up picking, can we type please? Mega Audino. I don't believe it's first turn Mega, so like before I Mega, I can click Regenerator. Or not click, but like my ability is Regenerator. And then like I said, this is the Wish Passer. It also gets Thunder Wave, which is really nice. I love Thunder Wave. We get Wish, we get Heal Bell. Where's Heal Bell? Heal Bell. We get Healing Wish, which is fantastic. CM in the event that we want to run a sweeper set. Pain Split. Don't know why I would run that over Protect, or not Protect, but Wish. We get nice special coverage in Surf and T-Bolt, and Shadow Ball and Signal Beam, and Psychic and Psyshock. Hyper Voice, even though, well, yeah, Hyper Voice, like, is normally good on Mega Guard and Sylveon because of Pixelate, but we actually still get Stab, Hyper Voice here, which is fairly nice. And so yeah, that's Mega Audino. So, that's the team. Didn't want to go into too much detail. But yeah, that's the team that I'm going to be running with in this Ubers League. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in week 1.